Crack natin yung dati. Crack natin yung banat na naman. Nag-improve. Kanal dyan. Oh!
Kayo muna, sir.
One God, forever and ever.
Amen.
Ito, okay ito. Una mo ning. Baka nag-reflect ah.
Dahil dito, yung pinag-iwan natin sa mga requirement, mga pwede yan, pwede yan natin yung pero meron sa sinasuwa. Kaya ang gagawa ng ganda. Then, I think, dito tayo sa power sa different approach and different I feel like you walk through home from here to the process.
Bilibin naman.
Mag-start na tayo sa TV, sir. Dito na lang po.
The PNP Crime Laboratory COVID-19 RT-PCR facility was established for the PNP personnel. It will operate in a limited capacity of 100 tests for a day. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the launching and blessing of the PNP Crime Laboratory COVID-19 RT-PCR facility and mobile screening truck. For the opening remarks, let's give a warm of applause to Police Brigadier General Rolando Hinanay, Director, Crime Laboratory.
Dun, sir.
Sir. Our TDCO, Police Lieutenant General Gilad Ilyasar, sir. Our TCDS, Police Lieutenant General Cesar Binag, sir. Our Director of DITM, Police Major General Elmo Sarona, sir. The RD of NCRPO, the famous Police Major General Devonchino, sir. Our DC, soon-to-be Police Major General Marnie Marcos, other officers, key officers, PNCOs, MMPs, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Last April 2020, our Chief PNP gave us marching order to establish a PNP COVID-19 testing facility here in Crime Lab and challenged us to make it operational on April 27, 2020. Crime Lab, together with ES, Engineering Service and Health Service, did not waste time and immediately buckled down to work to make the impossible possible. By April 27, the lab was completely set up and ready. However, due to the unavailability of slots for training on COVID-19 testing and the difficulty of crafting several protocols on various aspects of operating a COVID testing lab, we failed to meet the deadline set by our Chief PNP. I, as the designated project manager, take full responsibility for the delay of the operation. Today, as we formally launch the first PNP COVID testing lab here at Crime Lab, allow me to express my deepest gratitude to the people who have contributed immensely to make this lab a reality. First and foremost, to our DCA, Police Lieutenant General Picoy Cascolan, who broached the idea of establishing a COVID testing for PNP personnel. Without this constant follow-up with the DOH and RITM, probably until now, we are still far from being accredited. To the engineering service led by its former director, Police Brigadier General Fidel, and current Director, Police Colonel Matiliano, and Police Lieutenant Colonel Rolly Inopre, despite the ongoing ECQ, they found ways to bring in construction workers and the needed construction materials and finish the renovation within the time frame. Thank you also to the Health Service led by its Sportive Director, Police Brigadier General June Tadeo and Police Major Evangelista for liaising with the RITM and for your assistance. To our DDO, Police Colonel Grace Estapio and Police Lieutenant Colonel June Di Mayuga, our BFO, for your assistance. Lastly, my heartfelt thanks to the hard work led by its Chief, Police Lieutenant Colonel Lorna Santos, who worked even on weekends and has endured my constant badgering. Once again, you demonstrated your professionalism. To the National Police first ever COVID-19 testing facility. To God be the glory. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, let us lend our ears to the Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police General Archie Francisco Gamboa, for this message.
And Cesar, who are all here, members of the referral staff, Maymay, Marnie, and of course the Regional Director of NCRPO, Dibol, and Director of Crime Laboratory. Kung sinasabi niya, he will take full responsibility, may laman yun. Anyway, I will explain later. Senior officers, commissioned officers, non-commissioned officers, non-uniform personnel, the Philippine National Police, pleasant good morning to everyone. Nung nagkaroon kami ng briefing dito, April 20 ba yun? April 16. So I gave them up to April 27 na tapusin yung RT-PCR testing facility ng PNP, including the accreditation and all the licenses. But of course, sabi nga ni RJ, dapat April 27 and he takes full responsibility. Kasi ang usapan namin, pag na-open ito ng 27, may bonus sila. So ngayon, nag-open sila ng May 26. So you take full responsibility to give the bonus also. Anyway, we will still give you a bonus. No? Na-mention naman ni RJ, no, specifically kung sino yung mga tao who help, of course, led by our Deputy Chief for Administration, si Ikoy, to really move things na para ma-accredit tayo. No? Tama yon, by April 27, ready na yung facility. Kasi ang sabi ng DOH, for you to prepare a facility, it will take you at least 2 months. No? Pero sabi ko, hindi, pag pulis kaya ng 2 linggo. No? And indeed, you were able to do it. No? Nakita nyo yun kasi hindi nyo lang alam doon sa taas, nandun yung very complex na pag-develop no, so that it will be negative pressure. Ibig sabihin, controlled yung mga hangin doon sa loob, and then isa lang ang lalabasan. So, actually, sinira ng engineering service yung foam ceiling doon just to put docking station, docking system para compliant tayo biosafety level 3 for us to qualify doon sa RT-PCR center. Now, together, we're also building a separate building. Nandun sa likod ng HS, doon in permanently house itong RT-PCR. Ang sabi sa akin na May 15, saan si engineering? Tapos na ba? Tapos na, okay. Pero sabi ko, gamitin mo natin, sayang ginastos natin dito. So that later on, ililipat natin lahat ng gamit doon. Now, marami doon, meron tayong isang machine dyan na parang tawag nila robotics. If it will be configured to RT-PCR testing, then things will be faster sa testing. Pero kinlaro ko talaga sa publiko na we will cater first the PNP personnel and their dependents. Of course, dependents because marami tayong dependents sa loob ng kampo, and then tayong mga pulis ay umuwi sa bahay, which is very essential din na dapat mag-test. And of course, I'd like to congratulate also the National Capital Region for coming up with a mobile swabbing truck. No? So hindi na po kung kayong mga kapulisan dito, pwede nang yung truck na lang ang ilibot. And then the National Capital Region has trained swabbing personnel para ang dating ng balik dito are the specimen. No? So it will make things faster. To further expand the capability of the Philippine National Police for supportive healthcare among our personnel, we formally launched today PNP Crime Laboratory Reverse Transmission Polymerase Chain Reaction or RT-PCR testing for COVID-19. After passing all the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine and Department of Health standard requirements. So, basta tayo, thank you very much for RITM and thank you also for DOH for granting us these licenses so that we are able to operate. Complementing on our initial initiatives to mitigate COVID cases among our ranks by distributing PPEs, conducting training, disseminating best practices in biosafety, and supportive healthcare, this facility further contributes to our efforts to have a self-sustaining capability in addressing COVID-19 cases within the PNP organization. With this testing facility, we can aggressively push for testing so that we can locate, isolate, and care for COVID-19 carriers and those who are sick in order to keep our PNP offices and our community safe enough to resume a level of responsiveness, responsive operations, and normal economic activities. In so doing, we strike a fine balance between ensuring public health and safeguarding PNP personnel's well-being. As we continue to manage the required deployment of frontline police personnel for MECQ, GCQ duties through regular rotation, alternately between quarantine cycles still, the possibility of infected cases will be inevitable due to the risk of exposure. Hence, we are open to all possible means to lessen the continued increase of COVID cases among our law enforcers who are the country's last line of defense in maintaining order amidst our fight against this contagion. As the father of our organization, it is my responsibility to give utmost priority to the health and welfare of the officers, men and women of the Philippine National Police, as they are all heroes in our fight against an unseen enemy. May ilan na ring nagsakripisyo ng kanilang buhay sa ating hanay, alang-alang sa tawag ng serbisyo. Muli, ipapaalala ko lang na sumunod tayo sa mga health protocols at pag-ibayuhin pa natin ang pag-iingat upang mapigilan natin ang pagkalat ng virus at maiwasan din na tayo mismo sa hanay ng kapulisan ay mapahanay sa numero ng mga kaso ng COVID-19. Just last week also, a group of lawyers raised funds for the Philippine National Police. They donated 5 million pesos. So ayaw nila magpangalan, anonymous na lang daw sila, but he personally went to the office to give the 5 million cash amount. So probably we can start by using this to buy our testing kits. Kasi meron na tayong ready ngayon, but we need more. So we will use that money to buy the testing kits. And I would like to take this opportunity, alam nyo naman kung sino kayo, the Philippine National Police would like to thank you for that very generous act that you did. And for the humility of it also. Let us pray harder that this pandemic will soon end so we can be with our families without fear that we might expose them to with the virus due to the nature of our work. Let us raise everything to God and believe in His reason for these adversities. Together as one team, we can win against this new kind of war. At this time also, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank, of course, our BCA, who is leading the administrative support to the task force for our campaign against COVID-19. And of course, our Deputy Chief for Operations, who is heading the COVID Shield Task Force for operations purposes. And of course, our Chief Territorial Staff for supervising both. Alam mo, pag PCDS ka, kahit ano pwedeng ibato sa'yo. No, I'm very lucky to have a very good and very functioning command group. And of course, this staff, no, from personnel, intelligence, investigation, PCR, DICTM, DPL, DRD, DL, DO of course, and sana wala akong nakalimutan. 11, and DPM, yeah, mention ko, DPM. And DC, of course. So, I'd like to thank you, and most especially, no, yung mga tao natin sa field. Alam ko na napakahirap na nasa checkpoint. No? Nagkakanta kami ng checkpoint inspection at nakita namin na napakainit and napakahirap ng sitwasyon ng mga kapulisan natin sa baba. That's why, anong pwede namin gawin sa National Headquarters, we do it for the benefit of those who are on the field. And to the families of the members of the PNP, maraming salamat at pasensya na kayo at hindi nakakauwi yung mga mahal nyo sa buhay dahil nga delikado baka pati kayo mahawa. And hopefully with the testing center now that we have, then pwede na kayo umuwi free of all the worries na ma-infect kayo ng inyong mga mahal sa buhay sa kapulisan. With this, I'd like to thank everybody and congratulations for those men and women who caused this facility to be inaugurated and to be blessed today. Thank you very much. Good morning.